guys can bear with me. I have almost little to no voice, so. How many of us have heard of the Santa Monica Farmers Market accident? You know, the one where the 86-year-old man plowed his car into the farmer's market? The one where 9 people were killed and 54 people were injured? The one where the 86-year-old man forgot which one was the gas and which one was the brake pedal? The accident that killed a 3-year-old little girl. How many of us on a day-to-day basis have had to deal with bad elderly drivers? Elderly drivers need to have more rules and regulations in place, not only to keep themselves safe, but to keep everybody else around them safe. I will be just discussing why it's becoming a problem, what health issues the elderly drivers are facing, and ways we can help. Why is it becoming a problem? Well, first of all, there's more elderly drivers going on the road, as now that the baby boomers are hitting closer to the age of retirement. According to the Journal of Aging Studies, the percent of elderly drivers will jump from 13% in 1995 to about 20% by the end of 2020, which in real numbers is about 50 million elderly drivers on the road. According to USA Today, Peter Kissinger, President and CEO of the AAA Foundation for Traffic Safety, said, "I don't think our society is ready for that. We're not ready with respect to the kinds of issues elderly drivers are facing." Although driving is important to our elderly people, we have to protect society as well. According to Transvosky and her article, Driving While Old, renewing licenses in person can help the elderly drivers. In the British Medical Journal reports, getting older people to renew their licenses in person can reduce deaths among people over the age of 85 by nearly a fifth. And if you think about it, teen drivers have rules and regulations placed on them. They can't drive between the hours of 11 p.m. to 5 a.m., and they can't drive with people under the age of 20 in their car. If they do, they can have their license taken away up to the age of 21, according to the California DMV, Desert Drivers Motor Vehicles. Sorry. My second point is our elderly population has a lot of issues at hand. Not just their incessant habit of driving slow in the fast lane, but also other important health issues. According to the Journal of Aging Studies, many studies acknowledge that aging increases vision and behavioral impairments and skills related to driving. These areas found in visual recognition, so when they're driving down the road, they can't really make cognitive decisions on if a car's coming towards them, what to do. Also motor vehicle skills, which means when they're trying to make turns or fast decisions, they don't have the muscle movement that's able to help them do it as well as younger individuals. Studies have shown that older drivers continue to drive as long as possible and try to resist the change to their motor vehicle ways, according to Jet and Branch. There's also the issue of dementia, where a lot of individuals can become lost or confused while driving or not remember where they put their car, which can lead to hysteria. So it's kind of not safe if they were to get lost in a neighborhood and not know exactly where they are. I mean, how many of us have been to parking lots where they've forgotten where they parked their car, so they're setting off alarms to try to find out where it is? By Robbins, a driving concern also can be proven by David Levy and colleagues at the University of Baltimore and Johns Hopkins that elderly drivers go under state-mandated vision tests have fewer fatal crashes than those who do not. The finding comes from a new study based on all factor in crashes, which at least one driver was 70 or older. All the problems may not be solved by just simply taking away a license or placing rules and regulations, but it can help save lives and property damage. So, now how to try to solve the problem? There's no easy solution to the problem. It's complicated, but we have to start thinking about it. I'm not saying take away all licenses. I'm not saying no elderly drivers should be allowed to drive. What I'm saying is we need to start thinking about some ways to help solve it. Some suggestions: there's a lady who buys cars from elderly people and puts all that money into their savings account and charges them $8 per ride no matter where. So then that way, she doesn't have to worry about her little boy getting hit while playing in the street because an elderly driver doesn't see him. There's also been suggestions of state-mandated tests. In, I believe it's Boston, family members as well as physicians are allowed to place a name of an individual who they think is unfit for driving and have and send it to their DMV, and have the DMV set up a regulated test where they can make sure that the note that they were given was legitimate in order to help save the elderly people and not just them but the people around them. We can also encourage our local communities to invest time, money, and effort into finding ways to make this more convenient. The Sun Bus isn't hacking it for the old people, for the elderly who are trying to, walk down the street and wait in 120-degree weather to get a bus ride somewhere. Instead, because of taking away their license, it makes them more depressed and more likely to get sick because of their emotional turmoil. Conclusion: I went over why it's going to become a problem, some of the health issues our elderly people face, and some ideas on what we can do. It's not just up to us to try to figure it out. We also need to get input from them. We're not trying to say that they can't do what they normally want to do, seeing as we have a longer longevity time and a longer, a longer period where they have more of a social life. So, this topic was to try to help us open our eyes so we don't have another Santa Monica farmers market accident, another 3-year-old dying for no reason. Thank you.